All right, so welcome to Miss Leila Hernandez, our very own, and to this fantastic homage to the Empress herself, Miss Leila's mother. She's going to be giving a short or long artist talk, depending. Could be a full walkthrough, I don't know. I hope you're ready for the adventure. Here we go. As part of the art gallery, one of the greatest things that we get to do is offer an extension to our full-time faculty to be able to exhibit. And so this has been a little bit coming. You know, we had to find just the right date. And so opening our spring 2026 semester with Miss Hernandez, for those of you that have had her, for those of you that haven't, have her. Without further ado, all right, we're gonna clip this on you right quick.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Carlos, for letting me have this space. Thank you, Alexis, for helping out. Genesis, thank you if she's here. I also want to thank my husband, Alejandro, and my daughter, Juliana, who were very important to putting together the show. Juliana helped me fold most of the origami butterflies, thank you. And I also want to thank my father-in-law who also helped fold. And I want to also thank UTSTC for helping me out, okay? Sorry, I'm a little nervous. So the show is an homage to my mom, you know, who passed away about a year ago. And everything is related to that. It is a journey, the way that the gallery is set up. It starts with the bride, who is myself, and it has butterflies. There are 923, which represents my birthday. And then it moves on with the line, the red line, that it signifies blood, that it ties us together, you know, not only me and my mom, but all of us as humanity. And then it moves into the blue part. The blue part represents the river that we cross when we die. And the bridal gowns are symbolic also of people that are crossing over or people that are dead. It kind of represents the Styx River in Greek mythology. And a lot of the work represents passing, the dispersing, like the 3 poems here also represent that. It starts very organized and then it starts moving, dispersing. It is done in joss paper, and joss paper, I don't know if anybody's heard of joss paper before. Joss paper is used in Chinese culture. And what they do is they burn it, and by burning it, it's like sending it to, you know, your loved one who has passed. So these ones represent gold and silver. And then in the poker one, it represents money. So it's like spirit money, that you say the person's name and the birthday, and then you burn it. And it's like they get it. It's almost like burn mail. You know? I don't know if it's true or not, but I use it. And I send not only to my mom, my brother, and my dad, but to other loved ones that have passed away. Maybe it's just a psychological thing that helps us deal with people leaving us, but I think it's very, it helps me a lot deal with the loss of my mom. And I know I'm saying a lot, so I'm sorry. There's also, over here is a lock of her hair, and it has her dress and a lot of things that symbolize her. She was very active in the community. My mom belonged to many different things. She belonged to the, garden clubs. She belonged to, she was also a volunteer for the Red Cross, and she was also very active in the Catholic Church. She was she was a Benedictine, she belonged to the Benedictine order, and she also was a charismatic. And she promoted the oración centrante in El Salvador, and she was a psychologist, okay? So she was always helping the community. In the top, you see two cardinals, which represent my mom and my dad. On this side, you also see, on the other side also, you see these artworks that were done over in Penland, and they symbolize a lot of different things. It symbolizes kind of like an homage, or like when you give honor monarch, or when you honor the priests, or all sorts of different things in that, related to Egypt, related to Mesoamerican art or Mesoamerican culture. In Egypt, because it also has cheesecloth to hold the piece together, and it sort of reminded me of mummies. And it also has these chicharras that I found in chicharras that I found in Penland, which were very unique because it was cold, and I'm from El Salvador. And in El Salvador, the chicharras only come out around August, which needs a lot of heat to come out and sprout. And over there it was really cold, and I didn't understand the sound of the chicharras when I heard them. And then everybody was obsessed. Everybody who was doing that was obsessed. They were using chicharras. So in the box, there is a pouch, and the pouch has like about 500 chicharras that I kind of put together, meshed. And then I added them to the paper. So, and I also added cumin. No, it's not cumin. Turmeric, yes, sorry. Turmeric, I'm a little nervous. Turmeric, because it also has that beautiful color, but my mom, towards the end, she was having a lot of inflammation on her feet, so it represented in that way. There are two particular pieces that are in white, and they symbolize both my mom and my dad. What else? Then we have the poker cards over here. The pokers, my mom loved to play poker. It was a wonderful game that we played together. And I am representing in the concentric circles how the order of the hands of poker, I don't know, anybody plays poker here? Is like the highest card, a pair, two pairs, a trio, full, and so on, right? So I put those in order. And then in the third row from the outside in, you see a lot of jacks and kings. And those ones were called comodines. So we would play like versions of poker, and they would be like wild cards that you could make into whatever you want. But those particular cards had to have a mustache. So we would play and do that kind of stuff. And it was really wonderful to share that with her. And so I'm placing those there, and I'm sending her the best cards. Okay, this part over here is representing her leaving. The butterflies are made out of her prayers. I promised I wasn't going to cry. And it's the ascension of her. It has 810 butterflies, which was the day when she died. Okay. I was practicing and everything, and I apologize if I'm breaking apart. It was such a difficult show. Every time that we went back home, I would cry because she was very important to me. And she was such a tough lady. She was tough as nails. We had the best fights, you know, and she was cosita seria, you know. And towards the end, she became like my daughter, you know. I was the one taking care of her, and I learned so much from her, you know. I learned how to defend myself. I learned that education was everything. And I have placed all around the, Alexis and Genesis, sorry, I've placed all around the gallery the lesson plans that I have made that look like that all the things that I've learned. And I invite you guys to read all of them, and in detail, because it's really quite interesting. I actually have PLOs and CLOs and that kind of stuff, making it seem like a real, you know, lesson plan. And it's kind of like a life lesson plans, the things that we learn. Even the negative things that we think are horrible, they make us, they mold us, and we become who we are, with the pain, with the love, with the frustration, with the happiness, and it molds us. So I want to read a poem. I hope I can get through it, and just kind of bear with me. Okay, see if I can. No miro. She is the fertile earth beneath our feet, the flowing river that carries life, the quiet strength that births love, art, and creation. This exhibition is for my mother, my first teacher, my muse, my guiding light. She lives in color, in gesture, in memory, in every object, every brushstroke, every quiet unfolding of light. Through these works, loss transforms into growth, absence becomes devotion, and what is gone continues to bloom, ever growing, ever blooming. Walk with me, immerse in her essence. Remember that love endures beyond time. So thank you, and I invite everybody to look at the exhibit, and please take one butterfly from the bride with you so that you can also take a piece of this exhibition with you. Thank you. Sorry, just trying not to. Trying to keep it together.
No, you're good, you're good. All right, so before we hit the Q&A, I just want to share with you a little bit about the bio behind the fabulous Miss Leila Hernandez. So she is an artist, designer, educator, fervent admirer of culture, and recently received an award and was recognized here at South Texas College for her endless fervor. Trust me, almost every department knows Leila Hernandez. If she hasn't called, set foot, found you in your office, stalked you, or emailed you, there is no way you have not heard about her. She's extremely also a fashionista. For those of you who don't know, she's always well-dressed, jewelry galore, loves folklore, loves ancient culture, a native of El Salvador. She got her master's at the University of Florida. She has studied in Europa before finally settling in Edinburgh, Texas, and now here at South Texas College as one of our full-time faculty. She is an artisan. Like her mother, she loves color, she loves textures, she loves patterns. She is someone that is fully immersed not only in her community but also in our school. And so with that, I challenge you to ask her any questions about a piece that has particularly stuck out to you or resonated with you, not only about your own sense of loss or your family or something, just it's all very beautiful. And if you have any questions, right?
I just want to add one last thing, and I hope I don't break apart. In this part over here, a lot of it has my mom's pieces, clothing. And the very center one where the veil is touching, that shirt was the shirt that I was wearing when she passed. And it was my last embrace to her when she was turning cold and I was trying to warm her up with my body in an embrace. I was able to say that without crying. So okay, so does anybody have questions?
What does the bride dress and the represents?
The bride represents me, like I'm beginning the journey, which is, the journey when you are born and my relationship with my mom. And then it moves into the red, which is blood, and that ties us kind of together. And then the butterflies also represent my birthday. So it represents her, and then it represents me, and then this part represents her. So those are the two pieces that have butterflies on. Yeah, they're very much. This used to be her chair, so yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? You can ask me. I don't know if I'll be able to answer, but.
This is a dumb question, but
how long were you guys folding butterflies?
Oh my God. I want to thank Juliana, who was a huge help for me. We were folding for several months, and then I went to Miami, and I also had my father-in-law who helped us fold, and a friend of ours who also helped us fold, Catalina. Thank you, Catalina. Okay. Yeah, it took a while. And then Juliana is very adamant about very perfectionist, so she would tell me, okay, you folded like this, Mom. And so I want to thank her for being so detailed and so committed to helping us. This was a collaboration. I designed it, and then my husband and my daughter put those together, and it turned out beautifully. Thank you.
Gorgeous, I love it.
See,
So
is the
pretty.
centerpiece.
Yeah.
So on that note, what advice do you have for students who might consider branching out into installation art? Because this entire gallery is in itself installation. It's not just 2D, it's 3D, it's very immersive.
Yeah, no, the whole idea of the exhibit is to have a journey, to have an experience. You can have that in a flat two-dimensional version, but when it starts becoming three-dimensional, you experience it in a different way. And there's no wrong or right. Well, obviously it should be built so it doesn't fall apart on you, but it is very satisfying to work in that manner, using different material. I love to recycle things, like all these dresses people ask me, where'd you get all those dresses? I got them from the Ropas, and they were selling them by the pound. And I have a slight obsession with bridal dresses, and so I decided to use all of them. So there are things that you guys can use. You don't have to buy super expensive stuff. That is all around. We live in a fantastic place, the Ropas, which I am not allowed to go anymore because I'm a hoarder. I go there and I'm like, everything is fantastic. I started going there with Phyllis, and yes, with Phyllis, and we were like looking for material to work with, and then we ended up putting everything on. Like, this is fantastic. Like, I have worn some of these dresses, and they are really nice. So materials, you could get everything, around you. You could recycle. You don't have to start with new things. Okay.
All right, any other questions? All right, well, Ms. Hernandez will be around the gallery. Maybe your questions of a more personal nature. Feel free to approach her and ask her, right? She's here to not only teach you, but also to learn from you. And with that, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.